Claressa Shields has an Olympic gold medal, a boxing title, and 1 million followers, and her own cousin is dragging her name through IHOP's breakfast menu at 8 o'clock in the morning. Baby, that is not family drama. That is a national emergency. The cup is full. Honey, let's spill it. Welcome back to Tea with Stella, where the tea is always hot and we never water it down. Everything discussed in this video is based on publicly available information. Now, baby, let's get into it. Shalita is Claressa's cousin, the woman who claimed she raised her, taught her to fight, and built the confidence that took Claressa all the way to the Olympics. And today she is back. But before we get into Shalita, Remy Ma just posted shade on Facebook, and there are new rumors swirling that Papoose is allegedly dealing with Cuhdeejah, the Win Records CEO's own daughter. Baby, by the end of this video, you are going to question everything about who built Claressa Shields and who is currently destroying her one-eyed lie at a time. The nerve is claiming that they wrote those hits when their whole career they never ghostwrote music, not for me or anybody else. You always acting like you helping go help yourself. See, I know what the problem is. I don't really brag enough, but you don't talk music about prices when your bag is up. You keep talking numbers, but the numbers ain't adding up. You want to be a baddie, but you ain't bad enough. See, I know how to network. Music, I own the network. You know you getting money when they Googling your net worth. I'm an expert. How you talking out music, your neck when I know how your network. So now, baby, let us start with Remy Ma, because Remy did not go on Instagram, did not go on Twitter. She went on Facebook, the platform your auntie uses to share casserole recipes and tag people in birthday posts. She wrote, "I'd be mad too if he always upstays." Baby, that is not a clapback. That is a dismissal. So, Remy Ma is so unbothered by Claressa that she is posting shade on Facebook. That alone tells you exactly where Claressa ranks in Remy's priority list. Not Instagram, not Twitter, Facebook. Think about Clear's throat. That, hey, y'all, how y'all doing? Welcome. Good morning. Rich rising. A vacation is over. Let's unpack this vacation time is over. Let's unpack. So, now let us get into Shalita because she did not book a studio. She did not sit down with a blogger. She hit the live button at IPE while waiting for her eggs and her pancakes. Baby Claressa Shields, two-time Olympic gold medalist, is being completely dismantled over breakfast food. That is the most disrespectful and most iconic thing that has happened in this entire beef. Laughter, they're both pretty good. Damn, write a song about you. This one was write a rap. Let us talk about the career destruction because this is where Shalita gets absolutely devastating. Every single interview Claressa does is about Papoose and Remy Ma. Never about boxing. Never about her titles. Never about her legacy. Shalita said it plainly. You are not a boxer. You are a side chick that is literally campaigning to have a baby with a married man. She brought up Alicia Baumgardner when interviewers asked Alicia about Claressa. She shuts it down immediately and redirects every single time back to her boxing career. That is a champion's mentality. Claressa gets asked about boxing and redirects to Papoose. She has completely reversed the formula. She is using a boxing platform to promote a relationship. Baby Claressa won the Olympics at 17 years old. The rules were changed after her. She will be in the Guinness Book of World Record forever as the youngest female Olympic boxing gold medalist in history. Nobody can ever take that from her. And the only trending topic attached to her name right now is a man who rapped that he does not want Flint girls. That is not a glow-up, honey. That is a crime against her own legacy. Nobody calls Claressa for boxing interviews anymore. They call her because she is connected to a married man. The moment Papoose is no longer relevant, Claressa disappears from every platform. She has made herself entirely dependent on someone else's drama for her own visibility. Baby, that is not a career. That is a hostage situation. I get accused of being from a fake page every day. B, just like Pap downstairs or upstairs or Pap upstairs or whatever the joke was. Okay? I get accused of making fake pages and stalking. But I can promise you every single last one of you have watched me come from my page and say anything that I wanted to say. I've never hid anything. I've never been shy about what I said. I put it out there. Okay? I don't care about being on my real page, on my government name page. walking you down. Okay, I never gave a "that's one thing you better know and gots to know about me." Never gave a "now, here's where it gets genuinely chilling, baby." Claressa's fight at an event Claressa held in a building she paid for with her body and her talent. And when Claressa's daughter took a photo with Papoose, she wrapped her hand around his neck like he was her daddy. Baby, that did not happen behind closed doors. That happened at ringside with cameras rolling while Claressa was probably in the locker room getting ready to fight. That is not a fan photo. That is family energy at the worst possible location. And then Shalita drops the most chilling comparison of this entire live. When Record CEO is Don King, Claressa is Mike Tyson. Don King took the most dangerous man on the planet and used him until there was absolutely nothing left, then moved on to the next. When Records is Claressa's contract. When Record CEO's daughter allegedly has Claressa's. Because once a serious topic enters a public conversation, people often begin filling in missing details themselves. A comment becomes a theory becomes a headline, and a headline becomes something millions of people discuss as if every detail has already been confirmed. Reaction channels began examining how quickly that process happens in hip-hop media. They compared the situation to previous controversies where artists were judged through incomplete information before the full context became available. Meanwhile, supporters of both artists continued defending their perspectives. Some fans emphasized Gucci Mane's influence and history of helping younger artists gain opportunities. They argued that mentorship relationships in music are often more complex than outsiders realize. Other fans focus on Cuhdeejah's individual journey, pointing out that every artist eventually has to navigate personal challenges and decisions independently. The debate showed something important about modern rap culture. Fans are not only following music anymore, they are following stories. They want to understand friendships, business moves, personal struggles, and the moments that happen away from the microphone. But those stories are often incomplete. The public sees interviews. They see performances. They see social media posts. They rarely see every private conversation that shapes an artist's career. And that missing information creates space for speculation. As the discussion continued, another major question started appearing across comment sections. When an artist faces public pressure, who controls the story? The artist, the label, the media, or the fans who decide what version of events becomes the biggest one online? That question pushed the conversation into an even deeper debate about reputation, loyalty, and the power of public opinion. As the conversation continued spreading, the focus moved beyond Cuhdeejah and Gucci Mane themselves and turned into a much bigger discussion about how hip-hop reacts when legal situations, rumors, and personal relationships collide. The second major twist was that fans started realizing the story was not only about two artists, it was about the entire culture of rap media. Every day, thousands of clips are uploaded, reposted, and analyzed. A short interview moment can suddenly become a major topic years after it originally happened. A lyric can be interpreted in multiple ways. And a simple statement can become the foundation for a much larger conversation. This is especially true when the artists involved have strong fan bases. Supporters often defend the people they follow, while critics search for details that challenge their public image. Both sides can create millions of views, which means the conversation continues growing regardless of whether new information appears. As more reactions came out, creators began discussing the difference between loyalty and independence. In hip-hop, mentorship relationships are respected because many artists remember the people who helped them get opportunities early in their careers. At the same time, the industry constantly changes, and artists eventually have to make decisions based on their own futures. That creates complicated situations. A mentor can be important without controlling every decision. An artist can appreciate support while still creating their own path. And a relationship can change without automatically meaning there's conflict. Those ideas became a major part of the discussion. Fans started looking at other examples throughout rap history where artists who once worked closely together later followed separate directions. Sometimes those changes were peaceful. Sometimes they became public disagreements. But almost every situation showed the same thing. The outside world rarely sees a complete picture. Social media added even more pressure. A single comment section could contain hundreds of different opinions. Some users claimed they knew exactly what happened based on limited information. Others pushed back and encouraged people to wait for verified details. That divide created the emotional center of the debate. How much should fans believe from online conversations? And how much responsibility do media platforms have when covering serious topics?